In this video, I'll cover meeting links. Now, as part of the sales professional, you can create meeting links for up to 5 sales users. To access those meeting links or to create more meeting links, simply click on Sales tab, then select Meetings, which will then take us to the Meetings section. Now, since I'm on the free version of HubSpot, I can actually not create any new meeting links, but if you're on the pro version, you'll very simply be able to create a new meeting link, and you'll be taken to this page, which will then allow you to firstly connect your Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar to it. So if you've got the extension and the plugins connected, you can simply just connect your calendar to to HubSpot, and then you'll be taken to the next stage where you can then create a specific meeting link for your meetings. So I'm just going to use my existing meeting link in here and click on Edit. Just click here, which opens up what sort of options we will be given for us to be able to create those meeting links. So in this case, we've got the details, configuration, availability, and form questions. Now, the headline in this case is Meet with my name. And the meeting name is 60 minutes, 30 minutes, and 15 minutes meeting. So when I send someone my meeting link, which by default has been set to this, again, these URLs can be customized if you're a specific version of HubSpot. But in this case, this is my meeting link. And I can add multiple options. So I can give my clients a 15-minute duration in my calendar, or a 30-minute, or a 1-hour duration. You can also add a photo. So in this case, I've already got a photo in here. And then we move on to the next stage, which is configuration. Now, under configuration, you can add the location, which can be your address, your office address, or if it's an online meeting, then it can be a Zoom link or a GoToMeeting link, depending on what software you are using for your virtual meetings. Invite subject can be the subject line of the meeting, and then under description, what would you like to say to the client when a meeting has been booked using the link that you send them. In this case, I'm inviting them to a scheduled Zoom meeting. This is my meeting calendar link, and then the language of the booking page. In this case, we'll keep it to English, and the date and time format. In my case, it's New Zealand. You can also send email notifications before the meeting. So in this case, I've got 2 separate notifications. One of them will be an automatic notification that gets sent straight after the client has booked a meeting with the instructions to join. Apart from that, I also want to send a reminder to my prospects or the customers who have booked a meeting 24 hours before and 1 hour before the meeting is due to begin. And then you can customize it further if you like by customizing the specific emails that you want to send for these reminders. Again, you can preview those reminder emails. Once this is done, we move on to the next stage, availability. Now, obviously, we don't want our calendar to be open for 24 hours in a day. Otherwise, we might end up getting a 3 a.m. meeting when we are asleep. So this system will allow you to first select the time zone you're in, and then the available times. In this case, I've got Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Anyone can book a meeting with me and using my calendar link. Again, I can add other hours as well. Now, bear in mind, this is actually quite a really good feature, because you might, if you're a sales professional user, you can have multiple meeting links for yourself. So you might say things like, okay, well, for a general meeting, I'm available from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. But for any specific type of meeting, for example, a business development conversation, I only do on Mondays. In that case, you can have specific days allocated for a certain type of service that you provide, or from a certain location. So if you've got 2 separate offices you work out of, you can say, someone can book a meeting with me on Tuesdays from 9 to 12 from office location ABC. And if they want to catch up with me at a different office location, then it's Wednesday 9 to 12. So something like that can easily be organized based on the hours or availability here. When can the meeting be scheduled? In my case, I have kept it as 3 weeks over a period of rolling weeks. So again, this can be changed, but usually anything that you want to book too much in advance ends up getting rescheduled. So my suggestion is 3 to 4 weeks is probably a really good sort of a period in which you can allow the meetings to be booked. And then in between meetings, how much time you want, the first thing is minimum notice time. So I have allowed 15 minutes, which means someone can book a meeting with me for 15 minutes from now. So in this case, it's 5:30. So if they want to book a meeting with me for 5:45, technically they can. Um, but since I've got the availability to only till 5, they won't be able to. But this is what minimum notice time will be. And then buffer time is the additional time you've got in between meetings. So you don't want, sometimes the meetings can go longer than scheduled. In that case, the buffer time is quite a recommended option. And start time increment is the frequency of your meeting start time. So in between, again, if you want to change that, this can be edited at a later stage. And finally, the form questions. So when the client clicks on the meeting link, what sort of options do you want to give them apart from your availability? As in, what sort of questions you want to ask them? In this case, first name, last name, email. And then again, if you're on a sales professional, you will be able to add additional properties or custom questions, allowing them to provide things like their phone number or a little bit more about their business, so you get to know them before you are going to catch up with them. That's a little bit about the meetings, but again, if you're a sales professional user, you can have different meeting links for different purposes as well.